What's up? What's good, everybody? How are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing today? What's good? What's good? What's good? Make sure everybody can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Yep, y'all should be able to hear me. I'm about to turn on Instagram real quick. It's 333. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's 333. So I want to wait till we get everybody in here. Today's live is gonna be a good one. Somebody said, "What are we learning today?" Today's live is gonna be a good one, and the reason why today's live is gonna be a good one is because I really feel in the energy, like I really feel called to speak today. Like I feel like there's something that I have to say, and I think y'all really gonna enjoy it, truth be told. So let me go ahead and start up Instagram. Let's start up Instagram. Let's go live. I need y'all to go ahead, run up the likes on this live, share this with your friends, cause it's about to get good. It's about to get good. Here we go. Here we go. All right. I want to make sure that, everyone can see me in this live and can get a good glimpse of what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. All right, cool. I think this would be good. What's good, everybody? How are y'all feeling today? I'm feeling very grateful today. I'm feeling very magnificent. And like I said, I really felt like I had something to talk about today with y'all. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go on live. Today's live is called Be Authentic. All right, let's get into it. Okay. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? I have something to say. And I feel like what I'm going to say can really help you, especially young people. Especially people who are young. Today's live is about being authentic, okay? Now, the first thing that I want to say to y'all is that society, social media, and everything will try to make you feel like, somebody said, "What's up with your Twitch tab?" I don't know what's going on. But listen, society and social media, because I want to focus. Society and social media will make you feel like the best way for you to become successful is to do what everybody else is doing. And the reason why I'm telling y'all this is because I know that my supporter, everyone, and sometimes that can create such a battlefield within our mind. And that's what they want to do. They want to create a battlefield within our mind where we cause confusion upon ourselves. I've decided that I was not going to try to dumb down my content anymore, my music, my art. I'm not going to try to make it more digestible for people. Like, I am not a person that I don't dumb down myself for people to understand me. I don't try to make myself more digestible for people to understand me. So why am I doing that with my art, which is an extension of me? You get what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm telling you this is because a lot of y'all are very different. And those are the people that I want to attract. I don't want to attract people that think like everybody else. And that's the thing about building a community. When you're building a community, it may take you some time for you to, just like friends, it may take you some time to really find your real friends. And the reason why is because you're showing up as your most authentic self every time, and people have to decide what they're going to do with it. You have to stop hearing people tell you that they can't, that they won't, that they don't want to understand you, and feeling like that's for you to challenge yourself, for you to make yourself more understandable to them. That's not what this is about. That's almost like you trying to lower your price for the people that can't afford you. Truth be told. So the reason why I'm having this conversation with you is because I've noticed that we, as higher awareness people, we think that we have to make ourselves a certain way to be able to communicate with the masses, or to be able to be heard, or to be able to be, baby, you don't have to change yourself to be heard. You don't have to change yourself to find people like you. You need to continue being you the best way possible. And I'll give you an example of this on a very small scale. An example that I mean, thank you, Baines, for the, you know what I'm saying? So an example that I mean for this is, let's say some of y'all are deciding that you want to become famous on the internet. You want people to hear your message. You want people to learn from you. You want people to remember you. You want people to receive something for you, right? But you start to realize that most of the people online want to be entertained by stupidity. Are you with me? Most people online want to be entertained by stupidity. So what do you think that most people will think? Well, I need to start putting out a little bit of stupidity in order to be seen. But that's not the right way to think. And that's not the right way to be. Because what ends up happening is you start attracting a community that doesn't actually reflect who you are truly. And then that's where it comes that you're not fulfilled. That's like having friends who you pretended to be a type of way to get those friends because you don't want to be lonely. And now you're stuck with friends who don't even understand you or know the real you. The reason why we're talking about this is because I want you to be fulfilled. Okay? And I've just noticed that this world has tried to feed us materialism. It has tried to feed us all the things that have no real value. People are worried about other celebrities' relationships. People are worried about what's this person dating, who's this person dating, to the point that we've started to normalize caring about things that we shouldn't even be worried about. And I feel like the people who are the most powerful are the people who decided to be like a Kyrie Irving, the people who decided to be exactly who they are the whole time and win that way. They didn't bend. They didn't feel like they had to do something to be successful. They didn't. They've tricked you into thinking that you have to be a certain type of way to succeed, when in reality, the only way you need to be is authentic. Let me tell you something. I've had people with more money than me. I've had people with maybe more followers than me, more fame than me, try to tell me that I need to be like this. I need to have these things. I need to have this materialism. I need to feed into this. But then when I thought about it, for example, right? For example, right? Let's think about it. They're telling you that if you want to win the masses, let's think about the rappers, right? Let's think about the rappers. They tell you that in order to really get a fan base as a rapper, you got to have the Cuban link chain. You got to have the big old diamond rings and stuff like that. In order for you to really, like, you got to have that starter package, right? But when you think about that, what kind of fans are you attracting when you think that that's what you have to do to win? You're attracting the type of fans that only like you for what you have. You are now starting to attract people that are only attracted to things. That means that if you wanted to put out art that was more connected to your deeper way of thinking, they wouldn't hear you because you built your foundation on something superficial. Superficial. And I'm not perfect. You have to understand at 22 and at 23 years old, I had mentors in my life who were very successful. Don't get it twisted. But I also realized that, like, just because someone is more successful than you doesn't mean that you exactly want to live a life like them. And what I mean by that is, like, you have to look at what kind of life you really want to live. And you got to fight for that. And what I mean by that is, like, I had these mentors that were very materialist, right? And they felt like the more they accumulate, the more worthy they become. And that's the thing. What ends up happening is you start to think that that's what you have to do. I'm a kid still, basically. And when you have older people who seem to be where you want, you think that you have to listen to them wholeheartedly. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting a farm near the woods. You have to ask yourself, what does my dream life really look like? Because your dream life may not look like diamonds. Your dream life may look like oceans and villas and I want y'all to understand, this is not to say that you don't deserve nice things or you shouldn't want nice things. But you should want these nice things out of a place of love and not out of a place of lack or separation. A vessel of energy that they could use. People saw that I had influence and they wanted to use me as a form to influence other people of their message. And it took me to wake up now and realize, like, no, Ori, stop letting people use you to try to speak to your people. Do y'all understand that y'all are a commodity? Like, y'all are a hot commodity. Y'all are attention. Y'all are what people are looking for. People wish that they were in my position right now to be able to give a message and people hear them. Right? But do you understand that you didn't just believe me the first time? You didn't just listen to me the first time. You sat there and you listened to me and you were having discernment of if you should, of if you could, if you would trust me. And that's not something that should be sold off easily. And that's something that I've noticed. A lot of people are building up communities and building up attention and just selling y'all off to brands and selling y'all off to the highest bidder like cattle. You know, behind every single name that I see on this live, I see a life. I see a story. I see trauma. I see things you've been through. But you got some people that come on this internet and only see you as an analytic, only see you as a dollar, or only see you as a number. And I personally don't think that that's right. And I feel like now more than ever, I don't care how many people tap into me. I know that I will have lots of people because that's what God told me. But I'm not talking right now for more people to come on this live. That's not my intention. My intention with coming on this live and talking to y'all is realizing that I have to spread my truth. I have to spread my perspective. I have to give people my perspective because some of y'all are looking for new ways to look at your life. Some of y'all are looking at new ways to understand things because I'm a person like that. I'm always looking for new ways to look at a situation or a problem or people are seeking fame. People are seeking fame. And that's the thing, like, I'm not seeking fame. Fame just so happens to be the thing that gets my message to the people. Because I hate how much they're trying to dumb us down. I hate how much that they don't want us to really see who we really are. They don't want us to know how powerful we are. They don't want us to tap into our history. You see, a lot of y'all know, and some of y'all don't know, that they've taken our history and then demonized it. But they've taken the history and studied it. And this is why I say you have to know what's real for you. Because when you know you have a good idea, don't wait for other people to give you validation on that idea. Because you may be looking at a spirit, an entity that wants to listen to your idea, demonize it to get you away from it, and then steal it. Thank you for the roses, y'all. And that's why you have to know thyself. You have to know who you are on a very deep level. That's what I'm about. So a lot of y'all, y'all used to see me with like a lot of like rings and like things like diamond rings and all sparkly types of things. Like I was in a very like materialist type of like way of thinking. I was in a very materialist way of thinking. And then everything kind of got taken from me. And when it got taken from me, it made me think of things differently. Because I was raised by an immigrant parent. And my father was from Jamaica, which is not really like, you don't see a lot of wealth over there. So when he came over here, he wanted to create a life for himself, which I can't be mad at him for. But then I started to realize as a kid, like, I don't care about all of that. Not saying that you shouldn't have freedom or you shouldn't have wealth or you shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? But what I started to see was that I didn't want to be identified by how much I have. Are you hearing me? I don't want to be identified by how much I have. That is the worst way to be remembered. So when y'all say that you want to be wealthy and you want to be rich, ask yourself, is that the only thing you want to be known for? Because if all you are known for is how much you possess, we know nothing of you. This is a wake-up call between me and you. Really ask yourself what you want to do in life. Because money isn't the end goal. Money is something that you come across on your way to the end goal. Some of y'all idolize money and you don't even realize it's been created. It's been man-made. Your whole life is surrounded around something that didn't even exist years ago. It's not your fault though. Don't blame yourself. Don't be mad at yourself. They taught you that. They taught you to judge yourself based off of how much you have. When in reality, the wealthiest people in the world understand that you become wealthy when you don't have anything for real in your name. You see the game there? And so all those people who were trying to tell me, you should be making content like this, you should be doing this, this is the best way for you to make money with your content. Fuck y'all. This is not what I made my content or my videos for. I didn't make my videos and my content for the most amount of money. Is that all you could think about when you have eyes and people listening is money? You're compromised. I can't be bought. And that's something y'all should really think about. If somebody names the right price, are you willing to do whatever? Fuck no, man. I can't be bought. Since you didn't hear what I said, I'm telling you now. I can't be bought. Because let me tell you where the most amount of abundance is. Here comes Strange says, but you need the money. You don't need to do whatever though. This is what I'm about to tell you, right? The most amount of abundance is in your destiny. The most amount of money and the most amount of abundance is doing what your heart and what you're supposed to do. Thank you for the lightning. Thank you for the gifts. You see, some of y'all are moved by money. That means that if the most money is over here, you're over here. If the most money is over here, you're over here. If the most money is right here, you're doing this. Me personally, I'm not like that. Because when you are moving based off of what you're supposed to do with your destiny and with your spirit, you will always be ahead of the curve. I need y'all to understand the people that are the greatest at what they do. Do you understand that they were the ones being the most crucified on their way coming up? For example, let's look at Kai Cenat. Let's look at Kai Cenat, right? Kai Cenat is a perfect example of someone who went into a field. He was streaming, he was gaming. Black people were not gaming like how they are now. Black people weren't streaming like how they are now. He was doing what he loved to do, what he felt a passion to do, and he created a space. That's greatness. But the people that are like, I want to do what Kai Cenat is doing, just because they see how much Kai Cenat is making, are the people that's not chasing greatness. I'm not saying that Kai Cenat didn't want to make money. Of course he wanted to make money. But to work as hard as he was working and to go into a field that most people weren't in, that's not a decision based off of money. Because a decision that's based off of money would go where the most attention is. But that's not what he did. And now he is making lots of money doing what he feels is right, creating a new lane for himself. When you're passionate about what you're supposed to do, it will take you where you need to go. Fine. If you're only doing something for money, you're not going to want to stick around. The money does mean nothing. That money means nothing if you're not at peace and you're not free. You'll have a lot of money scooping up feces every day, but I guarantee you, you won't be at peace and you definitely won't be free. Let me tell you something. There are people right now that is allowing themselves. There are people right now that are allowing themselves to be defecated on for money. People are literally allowing themselves to be shitted on for money. And do you know what ends up happening to those people? Those people end up being mentally unstable. They end up being mentally unstable. And that's the thing. There are so many people who are wealthy and not happy. And that's the worst. Let me tell you something. I've heard it from wealthy people themselves. That's the worst place to be. To have everything you could possibly want and still be unhappy. That's the worst. You know? Like, what I love to do is I love to make music. Have you guys listened to my music before? When you guys listen to my music, you can tell that I love making music. When you listen to my music, you can tell she puts her soul into this. We are being fed soulless music. And that's scary. Because if we are being fed soulless music, and music can either be healing or destructive because it's frequencies, does that mean that soulless music can suck the soul out of people? You like Karma Return? I apologize, y'all. I'm yawning and shit. I've been up late these past days. There's so much to think about. There's so much going on. Like, I'm a type of person where I can be in this moment and I can just think about things to the deepest capacity. Like, for example, I think about things like, I try to think about their origin. I try to think about their root. What caused it to start like that? What caused it to be like that? But I honestly think that that is the mind of an artist. I think that's the mind of an artist because only artistic people want to get into the mind of other people to understand emotionally. That's emotional intelligence. And that's emotional empathy. I cannot stand people who cannot get beyond themselves and put themselves in other people's situations. Because if you can only think from your situation, I think that that's selfish. And that means that when you look at people on the street who are homeless, the first thing you probably do is, ugh. Or you be mad at them, or you judge. And it's like, even if that person, I'm lagging, y'all. Am I lagging on YouTube? I'm trying to make sure we're not lagging. We lagging? What's going on as of lately?